Imagine being richer than a tech CEO before you've ever even finished high school. These young royals secretly control multi-million-dollar fortunes without ever working a day in their life. And the most insane part? Most people even don't have any idea that they even exist. Therefore, in today's video, we're talking about 12 young royals who are richer than you think. So without further ado, let's begin. At number 12, we've got Princess Elizabeth of Belgium. This 23-year-old princess is the heir apparent to the Belgian throne. The child of King Philippe and Queen Mathilda, she's been elevated to the dukedom after her grandfather, Albert II, abdicated the 21st of July 2013. As part of the royal family, she receives funding for official engagements similar to working royals. On top of that, the Belgian royal family has passed down personal assets such as jewelry and art to Princess Elizabeth, making her wealthy. Interestingly, the Belgian royals' family finances are managed through a civil list. The civil list, set at approximately $12.7 million as of recent exchange rates, covers all expenditures directly incurred by the king, including the staff, equipment, and maintenance of royal residences like the Royal Palace in Brussels and the Castle of Laeken. The princess also receives money from that list. The Royal Trust, a financially autonomous institution, manages certain properties and also contributes to personal wealth. Unlike some European royals, the Belgian monarchy is known for its modesty, with limited public information on personal wealth, which contrasts with more transparent royal families like the British. However, she is quite open about her wealth. According to a report by Business Insider, her total net worth is around $15 million, making her one of Europe's richest young royals. At number 11, we've got Princess Catharina-Amalia of the Netherlands. This 21-year-old princess is the heir apparent to the throne of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which consists of the constituent countries of Aruba and the Netherlands and Sint Maarten. The Dutch royal family finances are primarily supported by a government-funded budget, which in 2021 was $50 million, excluding costs like state visits and palace upkeep. Princess Catharina-Amalia is receiving $2 million annually after turning 18, split into $400,000 for income and $2 million for expenses. However, in a notable decision in June 2021, Princess Catharina-Amalia wrote to the Prime Minister waiving her right to this $2 million allowance until she takes on significant royal duties. She cited discomfort with receiving such funds without contributing substantially, especially given the financial struggles of other students during the lockdown period. She also committed to repaying the $400,000 income portion during her student years, relying instead on personal or family resources for education and living costs. That said, the $2 million annual entitlement is her primary income source as heir apparent. This is taxpayer funded and tied to her future role as queen. She also possesses personal assets like jewelry, art, and properties. For example, the Bosch Palace, where maintenance is state-funded but ownership is royal. Sites like Celeb's Money and Net Worth Status suggest her net worth today is around $20 million. Next, we've got Princess Leonor of Spain. This 19-year-old princess is the heir presumptive to the Spanish throne. She's the elder daughter of King Philippe VI and Queen Letizia. Her wealth stems from the state funding and potential inheritance that she will have. The royal budget supports family expenses, including Leonor's education and official duties. She also receives a direct allowance. As a minor and now a young adult, her living costs, such as her time at UWC Atlantic College, including her tuition fees of $40,000 per year and military training, are covered by her parents' resources, derived from state budget and King Philippe's wealth. During the military training portion of her life, she waived her stipend of over $500 monthly available to all students, indicating reliance on family support and keeping her wealth intact. Leonor also inherited assets from parents and grandparents, King Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia, including jewelry, art, and potential properties. The Spanish royals' family finances are supported by an annual state budget of approximately $9.2 million as of 2023, covering official expenses like salaries, travel, and palace upkeep. Leonor's wealth is thus a fraction of the family's collective resources. Her wealth sources are quite direct: state-funded family support and potential future inheritance. It reflects her role as a student and trainee, and also as a future queen. According to The Sun, her net worth is around $20 million for herself, just based on official data. At number 9, we've got Prince Christian of Denmark. This 19-year-old prince is the heir apparent to the Danish throne. He's the eldest child of King Frederick X and Queen Mary. His primary income comes from the appanage, an annual grant allowed by the Danish parliament as part of the state budget. In 2023, the direct royal provisions were reported to be around 11.5 million, covering the expenses of the royal household, including staff salaries, maintenance of residences, and official duties. While this sum supports the family as a whole, Prince Christian also receives a personal allowance from this fund. In 2023, the Danish royal house announced that he would receive financial support from the Folketing when he turns 21 or until the change of throne occurs if it happens earlier. The Danish state indirectly supports Christian through the provision of residences, security, and funding for official engagements. For example, his first official duty in 2008, which was opening an elephant house in Copenhagen Zoo, and his 18th birthday gala in 2023 were all state-supported events. Christian has also received notable gifts tied to his status, such as a pony named Flick Flack from the Folketing at his christening in 2006, and an elephant inherited from his grandfather Prince Henrik in 2023 as well, making him a rich young royal. According to Net Worth Mirror, his current net worth is $40 million. Next, we've got the princess who's just 20, but her wealth has already raised many eyebrows. She's also second in line to the throne, meaning she will only get more rich into the future. She is Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway. The Norwegian royal family's primary financial support comes from the civil list, an annual allocation from the Norwegian state budget. In 2023, this was around $27 million for the royal house, covering official duties, staff, and property maintenance. Princess Ingrid Alexandra also receives a personal appanage, or allowance, each year from the fund. The royal house has stated that she also receives direct financial support. Ingrid Alexandra also owns the properties she resides in, such as the Skaugum estate. However, reports from October 2023 suggest that she moved into a modest two-room apartment in an Oslo district. But there's no indication that she owns it outright. Likely it's rented or provided through a family's estate resources. She also owns valuable royal items like tiaras and other heirlooms. As second in line to the throne, Ingrid gets an allowance similar to what her father receives as crown prince at $900,000, in recent years adjusted for inflation and state policy. She also has inherited wealth from her family, such as from Queen Sonja or King Harald V, but they are subject to Norwegian inheritance taxes outside tax-exempt royal heirlooms. According to Business Insider, her current net worth is approximately $50 million. Until now, we've talked about royals who are simply rich, but from this point forward, we're going to explore those who are insanely wealthy. However, there is very little public discussion about their wealth. In fact, some of these royals are richer than the biggest celebrities in the world, and most people are not even aware of this. Let's dig deeper. At number 7, we've got Prince Joseph Wenzel of Liechtenstein. This 29-year-old prince is the eldest child of Alois, the hereditary prince of Liechtenstein, and his wife, Duchess Sophie Elisabeth Maria Gabriel of Bavaria. The Liechtenstein royal family, led by Prince Hans Adams II, who is Joseph Wenzel's grandfather, is exceptionally wealthy, with a fortune estimated at $80.1 billion, according to sources like Bloomberg Billionaires. This wealth is primarily tied to the LGT Group, a private banking and asset management firm wholly owned by the princely family via a foundation, of which Hans Adam II is the sole beneficiary. He is a sustainable share of this overall wealth. He also receives taxpayer money. As of now, Joseph Wenzel also receives a personal state allowance from Liechtenstein, like some heirs in other monarchies. His monthly living expenses, education, and travel have all been covered by his parents, who draw from the family's private wealth. His education at Malvern College in England, gap year travels, including an internship with the U.S. Senate, and legal studies in Vienna were funded through his family's support. Joseph Wenzel has access to family heirlooms, such as the princely collections like artworks by the Rubens, Van Dyck, and others, which are valued at over $1 billion. He's also received valuable gifts at events like his birth or future milestones. And according to a website named Blue Wind, his current net worth is $100 million. Next, we've got Princess Salma of Jordan. This 25-year-old princess is the second daughter and third child of King Abdullah II and Queen Rania of Jordan. The Jordanian royal family's primary income comes from the civil list, which is an annual allocation from the state budget. In 2023, this was reported at $35 million for the royal household, covering official duties, staff, and maintenance of properties like the Ragadan Palace. and Al Makar. Princess Salma also receives a personal allowance from the state fund. At present, since 2018, Salma has been a member of the Jordanian Armed Forces, becoming the first lieutenant and first female jet pilot in 2020. Her military role, including flying aid missions, is part of her royal duties, but she also receives a salary. Like regular officers, she receives a standard military salary as her service aligns with the training for her future role. Her education at the International Oman Academy at the University of Southern California was funded by her parents, not personal wealth. Similarly, her lifestyle, travel, public appearances, and military training is supported by the royal household's resources, not an independent fortune. As third in line to the throne, Salma is likely to gain access to family wealth or stipend if she takes on a formal role. Estimates from celebrity net worth sites such as Depth Bio suggest that her current net worth is $750 million. At number 5, we've got Princess Alexandra of Hanover. This 25-year-old princess is a Monegasque figure skater and the fourth child of Princess Caroline of Monaco and the third of Ernst August, Prince of Hanover. Alexandra's wealth is more dependent on family largesse. She receives a personal appanage from Monaco's government, which allocates around $50 million annually to the royal family for official duties and upkeep. Her living expenses, education, traveling, and public appearances are covered by her parents. The Grimaldi family, led by Prince Albert II, who is Alexandra's uncle, has an estimated net worth of over $100 billion on its own. According to sources like Forbes and Business Insider, this wealth includes real estate, investments, and Monaco's economy, through which much is tied to the state rather than personal ownership. Princess Caroline, Alexandra's mother, has a reported net worth herself of $100 million according to Celebrity Net Worth, accumulated through inheritance from her parents and her marriages. She receives a share of this wealth, too. On the other hand, the House of Hanover, via Ernst August, is linked to historical wealth, including properties like the Marienburg Castle and the Herrenhausen Gardens. Ernst August's fortune is estimated to $250 million, according to Trend Celebs Now, and she receives a share of this wealth too. Although Monaco and the Hanoverian maintain financial privacy, according to Nine Honey, her net worth is estimated around $1 billion. Next, we've got someone cool, flamboyant, young, and also rich. And he is just 27 years old, but he's already in the news for his wealth. We're talking about Prince Constantine Alexios of Greece. His mother, Princess Maria-Chantal, is daughter of the billionaire Robert Warren Miller, co-founder of Duty Free Shops, which has an estimated net worth $2 billion. According to Forbes, Maria-Chantal herself has also built a luxury children's clothing brand, which adds to her wealth, in which he has a share. According to Market Realist, his father, Crown Prince Pavlos, is estimated to have a net worth of approximately $4 billion, derived from investments and inheritance from the Greek royal family's historical assets. He also benefits from compensation awarded in 2002 by the European Court of Human Rights, when the Greek government paid around $13.2 million at the time to King Constantine II for seized properties after the monarchy's abolition in 1973. As the eldest son and heir to father's throne as head of the former Greek royal family, Constantine Alexios is likely to inherit a significant portion of his parents' combined wealth. This could range from tens of millions to a substantial share of the Miller family fortune, depending on estate planning, which will further inflate his wealth even more. According to Forbes magazine, his current net worth today is estimated around $2 billion. You've just seen billion-dollar royals, but the next three? They make the rest of the young royals of the world look broke. Their fortunes are so private that even most insiders have no clue how much they really control. At number 3, we've got Princess Maria-Olympia of Greece. This 28-year-old princess is a fashion model, socialite, and member of the former Greek royal family. She is the oldest child and only daughter of Pavlos, Crown Prince of Greece, and his wife Maria-Chantal Miller. Her maternal grandfather, Robert Warren Miller, is a billionaire with an estimated net worth of around $2 billion, according to Forbes, amassed through funding, duty-free shops, and subsequent investments. She benefits from this fortune, though her exact share is private. Crown Prince Pavlos, her father, has an estimated net worth of approximately $4 billion, according to Market Realist, derived from investments, inheritance, and work in finance, including co-founding Ortelius Advisors, a hedge fund. She also has a share in that. On top of that, in 2002, the Greek government paid King Constantine II, who was Olympian's paternal grandfather, about $13.2 million at the time, as compensation for confiscated royal properties, part of which she also got. Olympia has built a career in fashion, interning at Dior at 17, and later working with brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Michael Kors, and Net-a-Porter, which helped to increase her overall wealth. With over 224,000 Instagram followers, she consistently earns about $5,000 to $10,000 per post as a full-time influencer. According to websites like Celeb Money and Buzzline, her current net worth is $2 billion, based on her career and family backing. Next, we've got Prince Sebastian of Luxembourg. This 32-year-old prince is the fifth in line and youngest child of Henry, Grand Duke of Luxembourg, and Maria Theresa, Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. Grand Duke Henry, Sebastian's father, is often cited as one of Europe's wealthiest monarchs, with estimates of the Grand Ducal family's fortune ranging widely. Business insiders pegged Henry's net worth at $400 billion, though the Grand Ducal court dismissed such figures as, quote, pure fantasy, suggesting the real amount is a fraction of that. More conservative estimates place the family's private wealth in the tens to hundreds of billions, factoring in personal investments and historical assets. However, Sebastian has a share in it. The family also receives an annual state allowance, not a salary, of approximately $324,000 since 1948, adjusting for inflation to cover official duties. The 2017 budget also allocated about $12 million for household costs, in which he has a substantial share. Sebastian generates wealth from family support and also generates income from his military career. He earns around $43,000 to $65,000 annually for his military service. Sebastian's lifestyle, living in the UK, serving in the military, and participating in family events reflects access to his vast family and personal resources. His personal wealth also includes investments in real estate, gold, and other assets. According to Business Insider, Prince Sebastian's current net worth is $4 billion. And at number 1, we've got Prince George of Liechtenstein. This 25-year-old prince is the third child and second son of Aloysius, hereditary prince of Liechtenstein, and Duchess Sophia of Bavaria. Prince George's wealth is primarily stemming from his family's extensive assets. The family owns castles and palaces, such as Vaduz Castle, and properties in Austria. He has a share in them. Over 500 years later, the family has amassed one of the most important private art collections in the world, featuring works by artists like Raphael, Rembrandt, and Peter Paul Rubens. He also holds a substantial share in that, which artworks are displayed at the Liechtenstein Museum in Vienna. The family also owns LGT, a major private banking group, which is a significant source of his wealth. His additional wealth comes from investments in agricultural, forestry, and real estate. Given his age and position, Prince George's wealth is comparable to the family's overall fortune. His current role as a visiting analyst at Atlantic Labs in Berlin suggests he earns a professional salary estimated around $40,000 to $60,000 annually, increasing his wealth substantially. And as a member of the royal family, Prince George also benefits from the annual allowance provided by the Prince of Liechtenstein Foundation. The exact amount from year to year of this allowance is not disclosed, but it is distributed equally among family members to support their lifestyles and maintain family assets. According to Celebrity Net Worth, his current net worth is between $5 and $7 billion. And with this, we wrap this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you find our channel interesting, then subscribe to it. Thank you. See you in the next video.